This card was hyped on Twitter, and I don't know why. I don't think it's that good. We're going to go straight into the Amethyst inks for set free into the Inklands. As explained in the previous video, we will be rating them from 1 star through 5 star, and we're going to be trying to be more quick about it because we are recording quite late for me so that me and R&B can be awake at the same time because we're on the other side of the blimmin' world. And one day we will meet for a Lorcana event.
Oh, 100%.
We'll make sure it happens.
I'm gonna cross the. I'll cross the pond for an event to come and hang out.
Make it sound more adventurous than the pond, please. Cross the oceans for me.
I will sail the 7 seas to meet Alphos.
You had such a good chance for rhyming there. I would say sail the 7 seas to meet Alphos NZ.
Oh yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
But
you're not in New Zealand anymore, though, so
yeah, Alphos NZ parentheses now in the UK.
yeah, there you go.
Okay, well, here is Alice T. Alchemist. I'm going to stop reading out the stats. You guys can read the stats. If it's important to bring up, I'll bring up the stats. Tap to exert chosen opposing character and all other opposing characters with the same name. That last bit, probably never going to be relevant, but I find it interesting they put it in there.
Yeah, I mean, it could, like, tap all your Stitches and the Stitch Goons. Like, cool.
It feels like a card specifically put in to maybe counter more shift decks in the future, or when we see more synergies from cards being of the same type, same like character aside from shift.
Yeah, I mean, we've also got like 36 different Jafars now, so like maybe it's relevant.
If it is relevant, it'll be in a very, very, very niche like tech choice, and at that it still comes in quite late at 6. I'm willing to give it a 1 star with a maybe 1.5 for future potential.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Oh, I'm such a genius. Instead of browsing the file for the next one, I'm just gonna up the number by 1 in the file directory. All right, so the next card we have is Chernobog's Followers. Very cool art. I like the art. Whenever this character quests, you may banish them to draw a card.
This card's actually it's a lot better than you think it is. This card is very, very good.
So quest for 1 and then cycle like a popsicle. And you get something in the grave to make Chernobog cheaper. That's the value I'm seeing here.
Right. Like, you can intentionally put cards in the yard for Chernobog. It's also, I mean, there are a lot of draw synergies in the game currently that this card benefits from.
Okay, yeah, no, you're turning me around on it. Like, I think when I first read it, but now that I think about the context of the set it's coming in, it's definitely stronger. I still don't think it's, like, credible, but I'd be willing to put it at a tentative 3 star.
Yeah, I think it's like a 2.75.
Yeah, like, it's close to 3. And we'll round it up to 3, but it's on the lower end of the 3s. Okay, it won't let me edit the image file directly. So I'm gonna have to keep scrolling. Now we're on card number 37, number 3 of Amethyst. Diablo, Faithful Pet. Whenever you play a character named Maleficent, you may look at the top card of your deck, put it on either the top or the bottom of your deck. So I guess this is a follow-up scry. Do we even have any 2-cost Maleficents?
Not that I can think of. We have a bunch of 1s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s.
Yeah, so this feels like the kind of card you'd want to play a control deck because that's the only time you're getting use out of Scry. But then you're not going to be running 1-cost Maleficents if you are playing that. So this card just seems bad.
Yeah, it's not great. It's got a sick art.
Very cool art. 1 star, 1.5 for the art. And now we have a Genie. A purple Amethyst Genie, supportive friend. Uninkable, whenever this character quests, you may shuffle this card into your deck to draw 3 cards. Wow, I have not seen this card before. Oh, do I like that? Okay, wait, let me think. It's uninkable. Rapunzel draws 3 anyway and doesn't banish themselves, remove themselves from the field.
I'm gonna let you mull on this one for a minute. I want to hear your thoughts before.
Whenever this character quests, you may shuffle this card into your deck to draw 3 cards. So the value I can see here being you can trade, have it live, then trigger it the turn after. It's uninkable. I'd put it 2 star. I don't think it's that good. I think there's probably a use.
All right. I have this card at a 4.
Really?
Yeah. So here, let me unpack this card for you. Okay. So you have to think about implications and changes. You have to think about changes to the meta. So negative tempo cards are becoming less of something that you want to be doing. So the first thing you're going to think about is self bounce. Snake and Fox. Fox will still see play because Fox is just a broken card. It's just incredibly good. But Snake requiring you to play this one drop and then bouncing it, setting yourself behind on tempo is not necessarily as good. And this is just inherently a better version of Rabbit. So if we're not playing as much of the bounce stuff because we don't want to lose tempo, but we still want to draw a ridiculous amount of cards, this is going to replace Rabbit. Drawing 3 cards is better than drawing 2 cards. It's also just a significantly better stat line than a 2/3. It doesn't get smashed. This thing probably isn't getting Strength of the Raging fired. It does still, eat it to Along Came Zeus. I think this card is very, very, very good, and I think that it's going to be very good for a specific archetype that is emerging because of this new set.
I think you're right. I think it was unfair to compare it to Rapunzel because Rapunzel was a 5-star. But you're right. This is definitely like Rabbit is already being played, and this is a better Rabbit.
Yeah, I think it's
Still not as
definitely
good as a
Rabbit.
Rapunzel. Like if you have the option to play Amber cards, you'd still play Rapunzel over this. But if you don't have access to Rapunzel, so you're playing Ruby Amethyst, then yeah, no, this card works. And one other thing is interesting to point out is if you paired this with Emerald, there are genie shift targets. Not that you'd want to shift on this because you kind of want to draw cards. It's a consideration.
You'll see why I rated this a 4.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the context of like decks it's played in. Like, I mean, yeah, draw free is super strong. Like, there's a reason Rapunzel's played so much, and Pot of Greed is such a meme in the TCG community. All right, yeah, no, I can agree with you. That's 4-star. Okay, and now we have Hydros, Ice Titan, 3 cost, Quest for 2, 2/2 stat line, which we don't like those stat lines. Tap to exert chosen character. This is kind of like the Elsa, right? But at Quest for 2.
Yeah, it's just like 3-drop Elsa, 1 less willpower, 1 additional lore. Like, I know that there's some Titan synergies in this set. I don't know that they're actually good. Again, probably more of like a casual player's, build, something that you'd bring to your locals if you didn't want to show up with like the red purple of the format.
Yeah, I'd 2-star maybe because it's. No, probably still 1. 1.5. 1.5.
1.5.
Yeah. but visually a 1. Official rating a 1.
Right.
I'm giving it credit for being probably just better than Elsa, though.
This doesn't shift into Big Elsa.
Oh, that's true. That's very true. Iago, pretty poly. Evasive. Oh, it's just Peter Pan. It's
and
just
Fidget.
Peter Pan.
We have one of these in every color
Peter
now.
Pan and Fidget. Yeah. This is one of those cards that isn't good until it is. So when it is relevant in a meta, then yeah. But otherwise, an X and 2 is just a rough card for an evasive. You really want X and 3 to survive a lot of removal. Yeah, I'm gonna put it at 2-star because Fidget has uses. Like if we see a lot of evasives, this card does have uses.
I can't wait to fire the Cannons here, Iago.
Fair, very fair. Okay, and we have Iago's maybe not friend at times, we have a rocky relationship. Jafar Lamp Thief. When you play this character, look at the top 2 cards of your deck, put one on the top of your deck and the other one on the bottom. Now, an on-play scry is a lot better than the traditional on-quest scry we've been seeing, because we actually are guaranteed to get value out of this, and we can even play it on our turn to scry before we start digging for cards, maybe, to filter out a card we want to draw. And it quests for 2, but again, it's still an X and 2, which I maybe put this at like 2-star. I think it could have use.
So I'm going to put this at a 3. And the only reason I'm going to put it at a 3 is because of the next card.
Okay, well, I haven't even seen the next card, so let's see the next card. We'll put that as a 3. I trust you.
Now I want you to read this card very, very carefully.
7 cost Inkable, Jafar Striking Illusionist. Shift 5, so we can shift on that Jafar we saw earlier. Evasive? A 4/5 evasive? During your turn, while this character is exerted, whenever you draw a card, gain 1 lore. Wait. So does that work with Whole New World, like Prince John works?
Oh yeah, it sure does. It sure does. You know what's better than drawing 7 cards for free? Using this to sing it, draw 7 cards for free, and gain 7 lore. So this is going to be a meta defining card. There's already, I'm sure, like the internet's absolutely raving about Jafar Wheel as being the new red purple, the new busted combo deck of the format. And yeah, they're kind of right. This card is the reason why I rated Genie so high as well. Like being able to play Genie on 3 and then on turn 4 being able to
Oh my
shift this
god.
guy. You can quest with the Genie, draw 3 cards to
Sing
like
a
try
whole
to
new
find your
world.
wheel. It's absurd. Like the synergies in the deck are so crazy.
So you're looking at like 10 plus lore in one turn on curve on turn 5.
Yeah, you can theoretically, if you work your shift lines properly, you could gain 17 on turn 5.
That's nuts. That's really nuts. Oh my, I mean 5-star.
Yeah,
Let's put that out
it's
now.
five
That's a
star.
5-star.
This this is probably the second best card in the set, right behind Bare Necessities. And the reason why Bare Necessities is going to be so good is because you're going to be looking at your opponent's hand to find the wheel to take it out of it, so they can't do this crazy ability.
Okay, it looks like Amber and Amethyst are going to be the 2 mega inks this set from what I've seen so far. Yeah, not much to say.
Wait till we get to
Incredible
steal.
I can't wait. Now, it's hard to follow such an amazing card. This is a 1 free rush. This is like, this is the inverse of the kind of stat line you want with a rush card.
Yeah, this is rated the same as its willpower. Like, what?
1 star. Thank you, Saberwing. See you next time. Magic Broom. 6 cost uninkable. When you play this character, if you have a sorcerer character in play, you may exert chosen opposing character. They can't really have a start for the next turn. This looks like, I mean, I'm going to need a Magic Broom to dust off this card after it's been sitting in my collection for years before I get to play it. Like,
I want brooms to be good so bad. Yes. And this is the broom we get?
We might have to wait a few more sets to get brooming. I think you're more likely to win some Lorcana product if you bring a broom to sweep the venue and offer some cleaning services. Like, I think that's the only way you're brooming into a box. 1 star. Future potential, but 1 star.
Sure, you got me.
I think that's one thing we can say about Lorcana, though, is that we get to say future potential about a lot of these cards. Showing the design space is really opening up for like possible additions later on and not like going too far and making cards too strong too fast.
Right.
Okay, another broom, 5 cost, uninkable, rush, quest for 2. When you play this character, you may shuffle all broom cards from your discard into your deck. I mean, it's a broom.
This one's better, though. This one's significantly better. And if you have a Mickey in play, it only costs 4. 4 for a 4/4 with rush. Actually, that's like reasonable.
Mickey, what do you mean
if you have
oh, does Mickey discount brooms? Is that a new Mickey? Or is that an old
Wayward
Mickey?
Sorcerer. No, it's from set 1. The purple 3/4 quest for 2 decreases the cost of all of your brooms by 1.
Okay, yeah, that's nicer then. 4 cost, 4/4 rush, quest for 2, and shuffles brooms back into your deck. Yeah, 2 star. It's slightly better.
It's just ever so slightly.
Okay, and another broom. Well, this character's at a location, it gets +2 into a free 5. I mean, free 5s for free cost is cool, but I mean, it has to be at a location.
Yeah. Situational.
So you're not doing that on curve.
A 1/5 for 2 is not bad, though. But again, like you're putting the context on a card being subjectively good if you have another card, which is like usually not really where you want to be.
No, for sure. Like, it doesn't have much inherent value. Like, it probably sees use in a broom deck, but that's about it. Magic Carpet, Flying Rug, tap, move a character of yours to a location for free. I haven't seen many of the locations yet, but any way to cheat out the move cost of the location, I am down with, especially if it's evasive, so most of the time it can't be challenged into afterwards. I love this card. I would... 3.5? Like, I haven't seen the locations enough yet.
It's a solid 3.
Yeah.
It's a solid 3. I think that it's like a very reasonable card, especially in any like location-based synergy deck. I don't think that I don't necessarily know that it's found its home yet, but like future implications, this card
will find a home.
Stocks go way up.
Yeah, I think this card will find a home. We're just waiting for people to crack it. Magica Dispel, Ambitious Witch. Oh, it's a 2 free. It's a 2 cost 2 free. I don't want to talk about a card this vanilla. Let's save you all time. Cut the Cover length for this video. Another Magicka Dispel. Shifts 5. We keep getting these plain cards just so we can shift on them. Which makes sense. 7 cost, uninkable, the Midas Touch. 4/6. Shift 5. Whenever this character quests, gain lore equal to the cost of one of your items in play. I mean, it feels like a worse version of Dime because we have to have it live a turn to activate.
So here's the problem that I have is that like you want to play this with Dime so that you can quest for 7, but the Dime can't trigger to target Magicka Dispel because she has no inherent lore pips.
Yeah.
So it's like man, if these two cards interacted with each other well, like I think it would have been a really, really cool design space, but 7 cost uninkable, you're going in my bulk binder.
2-star because it might get broken in 10 sets. Maybe.
If you need some extra Magicka Dispels after I crack 2 cases, let me know. I got you.
Oh yeah, I'll take it. Whatever cards you don't want, just ship me all your bulk. But the shipping cost of an EU would probably cost more than the total sum of the bulk itself.
Also true.
All right, next card. That was a card. One of the cards of all time. 4 costing. Another Magicka Dispel. Fevering Sword. Wait, where is Magicka Dispel from? They're a duck. What is that? DuckTales or something? You know what IP this character is from?
I don't know.
You have
I have no idea. Yeah, well, I'm sure it's probably from like one of the DuckTales, but like I didn't really watch the Disney Network as a child.
Yeah, neither.
Like, I love Disney movies as a child, but I was mostly like Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network. So like
I didn't even get
TV
Cartoon
shows,
Network. I was on that free BBC. You know, no, you don't have to pay money for it. You know, the free network. All right, tap to return chosen item of cost equal to or less when this character's attack to its player's hand. Huh?
Yeah, so like if you like buff it up, like you can basically bring back any item from your discard back to your hand, but then like you still have to like pay the ink to like
does
play
this
it
include
again
on the board with like opponents' items, so you could like bounce an opponent's item back to hand? I mean, I guess that's cool.
Oh yeah, it's just
bounce a quill
items
back to hand or bounce a.
I guess you can bounce popsicles back and replay popsicles. That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, no, I like that. And that could make Blurpool better, like Amethyst Sapphire. You get more cycle.
Yeah. Where's your board wipe?
Blurpool's it's so close to being good. It just needs a board wipe.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm more happy about it now after talking about it. I don't think it's going to be meta relevant, but it's got potential. That's a 2-star. Maleficent Mistress of All Evil. This card was hyped on Twitter, and I don't know why. I don't think it's that good. Whenever this character quests, you may draw a card. During your turn, whenever you draw a card, you may move 1 damage counter from chosen character to chosen character. I think this is one of those issues where people look at the card and they go, oh man, it would be good when it works. But it's just not going to work a lot of the time. Like, it's a 2/3 that needs to live and have a bunch of preconditions to get value from.
Yeah, I wish this thing was a 1/4 so bad. Like, obviously, like, self-damage is like a red feature. So like you're gonna play things like Teeth and Ambitions, you're gonna play things like Maui. And like sure, it's cool. And then like maybe if you have like a play where you like have Maleficent, Maui, and Genie in play, you can like run Maui in. Like you can like there's things you can do. Like I'm sure at some point I'm
gonna stop you there. If you take more than 30 seconds to explain the conditions for how good a card could be under a certain condition, it's not a good card.
Yeah. I think that moving damage is something that could be a possibility in the future, but right now, really poor stat line on 5-drop. Like, I'm not playing this card.
Yeah, no, it's 1-star. I'm not playing this. I'm countering Twitter. It's bad. Mama Udi. Oh, this is one of the.
I'm telling you.
No, this is why I love these reviews because I can't wait to look at how wrong we were on certain things at the end of a set. Dude, did I ever tell you that I did a few ratings of reveals for last set, and I put Sorcerer's Spellbook in like F tier.
Oh no!
I was so wrong on Spellbook.
During spoiler season, I put Sad Beast at number 1, Goat at number 2, Fox at number 3. Rabbit at number 4, and number 5 was Tremaine.
Wow, that's a good spoiler season guess.
Yeah.
Well, how do we feel about Mama Udi, Voice of Wisdom? Whenever his character quests, you may move up to 2 damage from. I mean, for the same reason as Maleficent, I don't like it. It's got a better stat line, but it's still like eh.
6 cost uninkable. Like I'm gonna play Madame Medusa or Tremaine over
Yeah.
this.
1 star, way better 6 costs. Okay, and moving on to a new row of cards, we have Poor Pot-Bellied Buddy. Whenever this character is banished, you may shuffle this card into your deck. Quest for 2. I don't know if I like this card being shuffled into my deck. I don't want to top deck it. I don't like this. There's better Quest 2s we can play.
This is an immediate 5-star for the most adorable card that they've printed yet. Are you
That's
kidding me?
true.
Pua is like one of the best characters ever from Moana. And it's
Was
just
he in
so
Moana?
stinking
I
cute.
don't remember.
Yeah.
I love Moana. I'm a big fan of that movie.
He's in Moana.
Do you know-
Pua and Hey Hey. Come on.
I know Hey Hey. Was Pooh on the boat too?
Yes.
I don't remember that.
Oh my gosh.
I
You
don't
didn't
think
even know the best character in Moana.
I don't think I've watched it since that movie came out.
This is 5-star. It's adorable. I don't
Yeah,
even care about the card.
star.
The artwork
5
is
star.
5-star.
5 star. 5 star. Look, see,
It's better than a 1.
I blinked it 5 times. I blinked it 5 times.
It's better than a 1. Even for face value, like it's at least a 2-star. Artwork's definitely a 5.
It quests for 2, so it gets 2 star. Rafiki, mystical fighter, 1 cost for challenges we were talking about. Challenger free. Whenever he challenges a hyena character, this character takes no damage from a challenge. Wow, that is such a funny hate mechanic. Do we ever see this getting value?
That last line is in the current state of the game. There is 1 hyena that also will not see play, but I think Rafiki is in fact a good card. I do want to try and do something with like Rafiki and Kidda to like get value out of the
Amethyst,
challenger mechanic.
Amber,
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of good challengers in Amethyst. You've got Elsa's, you've got Zeus's, you've got now Rafiki.
4-drop Jafar.
4-drop Jafar. Yeah, no, I can see it in a challenger-focused deck. On its own, I wouldn't run it in most decks. So because of that niche use case, I give it a 2 star.
It's probably fair.
And now moving on from Rafiki, one of my favorite monkeys, we have Stratos, Tornado Titan, evasive 4/4, gain lore equal to the number of Titan characters you have in play when tapped. Now this is that Titan synergy we were talking about. Probably not good, but it's a cool effect. It's a cool effect. If you have somehow a wide Titan board, which I think is hard to build because a lot of the Titans are high cost characters, you really need to, like, even if you have 3 Titans on board, it's still just questing as a ray, as a 4/4 ray. Like, you need 4 Titans on board to make this a good card.
It's the best Titan, and that's not saying a lot.
Yeah.
But like I could see like maybe if you just like build a board full of Titans and you're like, tap this, gain 4 or 5, fan the flames, untap it, tap it again, gain 4 or 5.
That's true.
Or,
Yeah.
like,
Because you're not restricted by the can't quest. So it does have more use case in something like Fan the Flames, yeah, where you can re-ready. Okay, yeah, no, it's better than I thought. It's still a 2 star. It's better than I thought. It's still a 2 star. And moving swiftly
the
on.
The problem is that all the Titans are in purple and steel, so you can't play Fan the Flames or any of the untap effects.
Well, here's I thought this was another Titan. It looked kind of like a Titan. Wow, what cool art wasted on such a bad card. Why would you use art this cool on a 6/2 vanilla?
I don't know. It's one of the best arts in the set, and on a card I would never play.
Yeah, that's upsetting. Ravensburger, please fix. Can you errata an ability into this card? Something that makes it playable. 1 star. The art is amazing, though. The Queen, Hateful Rival, another vanilla. I mean, it's a 4/3. Vanillas aren't fun to talk about, unless it had some crazy stat line.
Yeah, it does. It triggers weight set. I'm trying, man, okay?
What did you think of the weight set decks from last year? I wasn't convinced by
They're
any
awful.
of them. Yeah.
They're so bad. You play off tempo because you have to save an ink so that you can like pay the 1 inked. Like weight set should have just triggered, but then it would have just been too good.
Yeah, no, it would have been insane if it just triggered. Oh well, 4/3. That's a card, I guess. Oh, this art, dude. Treasure Guardian, Protector of the Cave. This character can't challenge or quest unless it is at a location.
Why?
Stop
Why?
giving cool art to bad cards. Please.
Why? That's such good art. It's such good art.
Dude, Aladdin's like my most nostalgic Disney movie. Like Treasure Planet's my favorite, but Aladdin is my most nostalgic movie. I would kill to have an enchanted of this art on a cool card that's playable, and it's just not there at all.
Yeah, it's really disappointing.
And maybe we'll force it into location. Location focused deck with Ruby. Oh, 1 star. Unfortunate. Great art. Moving on, we have very cool Ursula art. Ursula Sea Witch, free cost uninkable. Whenever this character quest, chosen opposing character can't ready at the start of NX 10. That's a much more interesting version of Jasper from Emerald. I like this. I really, really like this. I think in hyper aggro,
if this card quested for 2, I think it would be like very, very playable. Like it either A needed to quest for 2 or B be inkable. Like
that's true.
It just it needed one extra little push to like make it like a really, really strong card. I think the effect is very powerful. It's like a little mini Elsa, but I don't know. Uninkable again. Like, would you play this over Rafiki? Like, why lock their thing down when you could just run it into it?
Yeah. The art's so cool. Please make cool
it's
art
so
cards
good
better.
too.
2-star. There's value. I like the ability, but I'm not putting it in any decks probably. Okay, and we have Bestow a Gift. 1 cost inkable. Move 1 damage counter from chosen character chosen. Can we just give us a 1-star and move on?
Yep, sure can.
Sweet, thank you. Let's talk about a more interesting card. Again, cool art though. It cools me. Song, draw a card, then choose up to 3 cards from chosen opponent's discard and shuffle them into their deck. That's an
Why
effect?
opposing discard? Why not my own discard? We could have had Purple Steel Mill, the way that Miller's Brewing Company intended, but it has to be opposing. Like I get it, like it's supposed to like counteract like Chernobog interactions, but man, is this card like never gonna see any amount of play.
Yeah, I mean you're not playing a Chernobog counter that doesn't put something onto the board. Then you just lose to the rest of the Chernobog deck.
Right. Unless we get like actual Reanimator at some point, this card will never see play.
1 star. I find a lot of action cards aren't very playable in these sets. I think it's hard to find good action cards. Last ditch effort, 3 cost uninkable. Exert chosen opposing character, then chosen character of yours gains challenger +2. This is something I'd want to see on a body. I'm not going to play it on an uninkable action card. 1 star.
Another sick art, though.
I know, it's so cool. Stop giving bad cards sick art. The boss is on a roll. Now, this art is amazing. I think Lorcana Villain revealed this card. I don't remember most people, but they made a really fun... They did a fun reveal out of this one. They did like multiple different cards hinting at it. I was not smart enough to guess, but yeah, it's an Ursula card. It's got cool art. It sings. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Put any number of them on the top or bottom of your deck in any order. Gain 1 lore. I like this. I'm tentative, but I like it.
So I think early on in the format, like aggro is obviously going to be favored. Just like turn dude sideways, win the game, end the game quick. As the format starts to, kind of even out and level out and the meta becomes well defined, I think that the Purple Steel Jafar decks will adopt some number of these to protect their wheel from bare necessities and Ursulas and anything that's going to try and take it out of the hand. Like if the format slows down, this card is going to be very, very good in red purple control and in the Purple Steel Jafar wheel.
It is definitely kind of crazy that you can organize it. So like there's a lot of skill expression in this card because you can organize it to exactly draw the cards you need on the turns you want them and play around your draw effects, etc. Like that's insane. I love that. I like that this is sort of indicative of the Lorcana power level going up, but in a way that allows you to maintain some control over the game, and there's more interactability between your deck.
Right. There'll be a big disparity in how individual players play this card. You'll have some people that will just big brain this card and it'll be the best card in their deck, and then you'll have other people that'll be like, okay.
Yeah, like I see players like Moyen taking this in an Amethyst deck and just destroying people with it because, they're going to be thinking multiple moves ahead. And I think that's fun. I think cards like that should be in the game because it's a skill you can learn and you can feel achieved when you get better with the card. And it feels like a very balanced effect. It's not like
3?
Amethyst needed it, but yeah, I like it. Yeah, 3-star. I agree.
3?
Pretty solid.
Well, I'm excited for this next one.
Oh, okay. Well, now I'm excited now that you've told me it's exciting. The Lamp. 2 cost, uninkable. Banish this item if you have a character named Jafar in play. Draw 2 cards. If you have a character named Genie in play, return chosen character with cost 4 or less to their player's hand. Whoa! Double whammy with Jafar and Genie in play, and we're already playing Genie in the Jafar Steel Wheel deck. This card is contextually kind of nuts. I'd be tempted to put that at a 4.
I don't know
so
if
much
it's a
value
4.
for a 2 cost.
Yeah, it's a really, really strong 3 for me. I'd be hesitant to put this at a 4, but I wouldn't be mad with it at a 4, just depending on how prevalent that deck is. And, if it just becomes the red purple of set 3 and it's playing this card, like I'm going to eat my words not saying it's absolutely a slam dunk 4.
Yeah, I've just realized since we're theming, we should change the color of the background. So now we've done the amber video, and most of the way through the amethyst video, we are now changing to a purple background to be more thematic. And I'll fix that for the rest of the inks. This is primo planning. Middle of the video, we've changed to purple. Yeah, okay, I can agree with 3. I do think it's a high 3 though. I think it's gonna see play, like quite a bit of play. And the next card coming right up, hot off the plate, is quite a funny one, Sorcerer's Hat. Now, my only question for why they printed this card is how... let me read the effect first. Tap 1, name a card. Then tap, pay 1, name a card. Then reveal the top card of your deck. If it's the name card, put that card into your hand. Otherwise, put it in the top of your deck. I don't think that's, super strong. It's cool. But if you take into account that people could cheat with this card and just know what they're going to draw next, I think it's a funny mechanic to include, because the sad thing about a lot of TCG
Remember that one time you said when you have to explain something for 30 seconds, the card's not good?
Yeah, I don't think the card's good, but I'm just I don't like design where there's like an asymmetric benefit quite strongly from someone cheating.
I don't know. This card's just really slow, man. Like you're forced to play things like the Merlin Squirrel or Ursula's Cauldron or something like that to really get benefit. The cool thing about it is the name a card convention has already been ruled on, as you only have to name super type. You don't have to name subtype. So you could say Stitch and it could be any Stitch that
Rockstar
exists.
Stitch, Surface Stitch, Small Stitch. Yeah. No, but I think that's cool. I think that's a really cool way to play into the, the whole IP of having multiple cards in multiple forms. So thematically very cool. Probably not going to see much play unless you have your 101 Dalmatians deck and you can just say Dalmatian. Does it always work?
It's a puppy. I bet you the top card's a puppy.
1 star if you cheat. 5 star. Insane. Always draw a card. And yeah, next card.
I'm just getting this ready.
Ooh, I'm in. Okay, yeah, no, we gotta. Yeah, sorry, we're on the locations now. And for the first head turner, we have the TFM YouTube channel. Shout out to those guys, love them. Forbidden Mountain, Maleficent's Castle. I mean, it's it's the 2 cost, 1 to move, 6 toughness, 1 lore. Some flavor text. Very cool art. I'll give it to them. This is one of the coolest arts for the 2 cost locations. But yeah, I mean, that's a location. We talked about it in the Amber video. Go watch that if you want riveting discussion on not much to say. And now for the next head
Amber
tilter.
One was the 1/4 though, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, the Amber one was different actually.
I think a 2 cost 6 willpower. 2 cost 6 willpower is nothing to scoff at. I think that's
it's better.
Yeah, it's an 06 for 2 that quest for 1. That's not terrible. I would play this in an aggressive show.
Would you?
Yeah.
Spend resources on moving to the location as opposed to just playing another card.
You don't have to move there. There's no benefit to moving there. You just think of this as imagine you have a character that has 0 strength and 6 willpower that quests.
Did I get locations completely wrong? Locations themselves quest.
At the start of your turn, you gain lore equal to the lore value of your locations.
Do you know how I thought locations worked? Because I didn't read up on it at all. I thought whenever you moved a character to location, it got a lore
No.
buff from the lore that was on the location.
No. So so like the one cost 4 health is just like playing an 0-4. You're like just playing a character that has 0 strength, 4 willpower.
Okay, this is way
and it
better
quests for
than.
1 every
Okay,
turn.
this is.
Yeah, that's why I was like, you like shirked it off. I was like, this card's like not bad.
I thought locations were trash. I'm not gonna lie. Like I was.
No, locations.
My understanding of locations made them a lot worse.
No, locations have added this additional element to the game that I actually really, really like, that you're spreading out your resources. So like
Yeah.
it's gonna get to a point like if you play locations in the first 2 turns of the game and then you play like a bomb 3-drop, now your opponent has to decide like, am I attacking into your 3-drop? Am I gonna, waste several turns attacking into your huge willpower
Right. So it's adding
locations
that,
that are just
passive
passively
ticking
gaining you
timer.
lore? Yeah, like I've played this card and it's gotten me collectively like 5 to 6 lore over the course of the game because they spent time interacting with my characters instead of interacting with the location.
No, that's cool. I really like it. Okay, I had a really dumb interpretation of how locations worked. I should have asked someone at any point, but okay, that's way better. That's really cool. I like that. Yeah, big up locations. Alphos is now a fan of locations. You've heard it here first. Okay,
So you're gonna like this next one then.
The next head tilter. Forecast Inkable. The Queen's Castle Mirror Chamber passively gains 2 lore per turn. At the start of your turn, for each character you have here, you may draw a card. Ooh.
Say that slowly.
Wait. Let me look back at that. I can't read it that way. At the start of your turn, each character you have here, you may draw a card. If I'm remembering correctly, there's a certain Jafar that likes drawing cards.
You would not be wrong in that assumption. I think this is one of the best locations that we have. 7 is a very good breakpoint. It doesn't die to Maui. It does cost 4, but the move cost being only 1 is very, very, very good.
Yeah, only 1.
Yeah, I think this card's very good.
So you're kind of looking at like at the end of your turn, you're like, what ink do I have left over? Let's move some cards onto this location.
Yep.
That's great. Would you say 4-star?
I think this is probably going to be a 4-star.
Yeah, because of the synergy that it has with the 5-star, probably puts it up.
Yeah. I think it's a very good location.
All right, let's move on to the final card and final location of Amethyst. We have the Head Turner, please. The Sorcerer's Tower, wondrous workspace, 2 cost to move, 3 cost inkable, 7 toughness. Your character's named Magic Broom may move here for free. Characters get +1 while here. God, they really want Broom to work, don't they?
Yeah, they want Broom to work. The fact that this doesn't have any passive lore generation on it, I think is kind of bad.
Yeah.
And like Brooms, like I'm not playing this over the Queen's Castle.
You know what's upsetting? If I had read this card first before the other locations, I probably would have been able to figure out how locations worked, because this very clearly says characters get +1 while here, which is how I originally thought the lore symbol meant on locations. Yeah, not having passive lore feels like it takes away a really big bonus of locations, and I would not want to pay 2 to have an extra lore pip, which is why, it works with brooms.
Right, yeah. The Brooms all getting to quest for 1 more is like pretty good. And they get to move there for free. Like anytime you put the word free on a card, like it always deserves a second look.
Yeah, no, free is good. So if Broom is ever relevant, this is relevant, but I'm gonna put it. I don't think Brooms are relevant. I think Brooms are 1-star, so I'm gonna put this 1-star. But who knows? Maybe someone cracks Brooms. And anyway, that is Amethyst. See you soon for the next ink.